Lieutenant Therese Herrick, Corporal Donald Brady, Officer Matthew Rayum. Good. Okay. And Officer Joshua Saudi. Got a chance to talk to you yesterday. I gave him the day off today, Chief, by the way. He says, I don't know if I can come. My shift is really short. I said, well, the Chief's going to be there. I think he'll know. So thank you to all you Chiefs for being here and for allowing this to happen. Okay. On the morning of November 19th, 2019, at 9:05 a.m., the Monroe Police Department received an assault and battery complaint at a local apartment complex. Lieutenant Therese Herrick, Corporal Donald Brady, Officer Matthew Rayum, and Officer Joshua Saudi were dispatched to the location. The responding officers were told that the apartment maintenance worker had called in the complaint against a tenant who grabbed the worker and was in possession of a holstered handgun. Dispatch then received another call from the location, but this time it was from the suspect. The suspect said that the maintenance worker started a fight after the suspect asked the worker about his residence being sprayed for pest control. The suspect was asked by dispatch to put his handgun away and to meet and talk with the officers. The suspect did go to speak with the officers, but he only holstered his handgun. Officer Rayum and Corporal Brady were the first to arrive on the scene, with Lieutenant Herrick and Officer Saudi following soon after. The officers and the suspect were outside and began to talk, and soon after, it became clear that there was going to be a problem when the suspect stated his name as that of a fictional cartoon character. The officers then asked to see his identification, which the suspect stated was in his apartment. He then was asked to retrieve his identification, and the officers followed him into his place of residence. The suspect began to argue with the officers for being in his apartment. He became more belligerent and threw his wallet at the feet of Lieutenant Herrick. Another argument ensued, at which time the suspect pulled his handgun from his holster. Immediately, Lieutenant Herrick moved toward the suspect, and a struggle ensued as the suspect started to shoot at the officers. Once Lieutenant Herrick was able to maneuver herself away from the suspect, the other officers were able to return fire. The suspect received multiple gunshot wounds during the exchange, rendering him motionless. In the aftermath, two officers, Lieutenant Herrick and Officer Saudi, each received gunshot wounds to their legs. They were immediately sent to a local hospital where their wounds were attended to. The suspect was also shot and had uncontrolled bleeding that Officer Rayum attempted to restrain. Rayum applied a tourniquet to the suspect's leg and provided additional medical attention until paramedics arrived. The suspect never fully recovered from his wounds and died 2 weeks after the incident. Fortunately, both Lieutenant Herrick and Officer Saudi were released the same day of the incident and have recovered from their wounds. Monroe Police Officers Herrick, Saudi, Brady, and Rayum, you demonstrated remarkable bravery and are living examples of what is expected of first responders. The POAM proudly presents Officers Herrick, Saudi, Brady, and Rayum with a well-deserved 2020-2019 Police Officer of the Year Award. Please come up. Brady? There you go, buddy. Congratulations. I'm glad you're okay. It's good to be with you. It's good to have you around. Hang on. Therese? It's good to be with you. Glad you're okay. Matthew? John? Glad to meet you. I found you a good suit, eh? Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you very much.